Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
8 years after the events of Forstor Nagar, Sir Hugo has discovered a plot that threatens Axis, the capital of the Empire, making it vulnerable to the demonic hordes besieging its walls. Will Sir Hugo, played by Chris, and his companions the King, by Becca, Hexar, by Quinn, and Erzuriella the Vain, by Tillman, be able to stop the key conspirator, Lord Frederick, in time? Find out in The Beginning of the End, ran by Slavic. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. There you'll find our Discord link.
Hello and welcome to The Beginning of the End. Our story begins about 8 years after the events of Forstor Nagar. Much has changed since then. Sir Hugo gained much influence and lost it. However, influence will not save the capital city axis of the empire. The few contacts that Sir Hugo still has left have given him information about a conspiracy which seeks to give the city to the demonic hordes besieging its walls. The key conspirator, Lord Frederick, has a mansion very near the Emperor's palace. Our story begins with Sir Hugo and a ragtag group of heroes he has recruited arguing over the battle plan. Please, Sir Hugo, describe your mansion.
Sir Hugo has this mansion that was handed down from his father and his father's father, who were all military officers and in the Emperor's military army, just like Sir Hugo was up until he was stripped of all of his titles and all of his military responsibilities. Within it are different weapons along the wall, tapestries, armors of past civilizations, and it's not one of like a lot of luxury. You know, it's not like showing off wealth. It's almost like cold in its design, very drab almost. And you can kind of get the sense when you're in there that Sir Hugo, who now has like gray hair and a gray beard, is almost like matches how he feels right now, because he feels empty since he was banished from the military and he still doesn't know why.
All right, Sir Hugo, you've caught wind of a conspiracy and you've sort of recruited a small group of people. So I'll start with Hexar. Please introduce your character and why you're here. What skills do you bring?
So Hexar, he is a dragon spawn, which for those who didn't listen to our previous adventure, Siegebreakers, means he is literally just a dragon man. He is, just a humanoid, stands on 2 feet, tail, arms and legs, dragon head, breathes fire, all that good stuff. All right, so as I was saying, Hexar, he is, I forget what color dragon spawn we said he was last time. I think he said he was white, and so he breathes ice or something like that. And so he is a monk, which he is sort of, his personal creed is that he wants to become like a dragon. And so trying to get close to dragons, you have to sort of embrace power and sort of contemplate what power means exactly. And so he's been brought in because, well, he's a dragon man. There's not a lot of problems that will remain problems if you have a dragon man at your back.
Hell yeah. What has he been doing during the war, by the way, since the Heart Snatcher episode? Wait, not Heart Snatcher, sorry, Siegebreaker.
I don't think he's been been like a, I guess, he's been sort of wandering between the different places here and there, sort of like a one man, like, just extra attachment to places, like people need have troubles with something, send in him.
All right, interesting. King, why were you chosen?
So the king has gone through quite the radical change. When the last time we saw him, he was very flashy, showy, trying to show off everything. I mean, that part hasn't changed for the king. In fact, that's helped him make a name, but he's much more gnarled. He has a large scar that makes it so one of his eyes, he can't see out of it anymore. And he often he's twirling around his axe, which very slowly you can hear just the faint sounds of screams coming from it. And so between his looks and his weapon, he's kind of become more known for somebody who can help you solve problems, as long as those problems can be solved with a screaming axe being planted right in their face.
I would also maybe think that you and I would get along because our hatred of the elf ranger, the undead elf ranger that you jumped in to chase after.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, she's the reason his eye no longer works, and he wants revenge. He lost his title I mean, he still goes by the king, but in his mind, he's lost his honor and his prestige because he lost to this combatant, and now he wants revenge. Like, that's his long term. Yeah, he lost his belt.
No, Mana, what have you done?
I'm bringing back Azoriella, who is now at the tender age of 84. She still has the same makeup in her face that she wore 8 years ago, but she has become kind of a fashion icon, in fact. She now has, on my sheet it says, sorceress earrings, magical tattoos, and enchanted makeup, and a very fashionable leather tunic. And of course, being an elf, she can't have it that like an undead ranger is running around ruining the good name of the wood elves.
It's true. What a terrible, terrible elven ranger. What a terrible person would play such a character. We'll never know.
It'll remain a mystery. Listen to Forstor Nagar.
Yes, please listen to Forstor Nagar. Like, this story will not make sense unless you do. All right, so this is the info. Okay, so some basic info about the mansion. It has several entrances. You know about one main entrance, one servant entrance, and you're pretty sure there's like an entrance for Lord Frederick's mistresses, and probably an entrance from the sewers if you want to brave them, but you're not really sure where those hidden entrances are. So you're sitting around a table, you have a map there of the city, you don't know how the mansion looks from the inside, and scene's on you guys. How are you planning?
So just to clarify, we know of the servant entrance and the mistress entrance, but we don't know about
so you know about the main entrance and the servant entrance and where those are.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's two more, the mistress entrance and the sewer entrance, but you're not sure where the mistress and sewer entrance actually are specifically or precisely.
So I had this map out like on this old table or whatever, and I imagine that like there's a fire going in a fireplace like in my dining hall area. And I look at the three and I'm like, well, we know what we know. And I'm like point at the main entrance and I point at the server entrance. But as you probably guessed, if we went up to the main entrance, it would make our task get a lot more difficult. We'd attract attention. Through the server entrance, well, I don't know, maybe we could get away with that. But what really interests me is this mistress entrance, because I feel the sewers might be a little risky to get in there, what we may face in the sewers.
And we can't just burn the whole thing down out from outside.
No, we got to get answers, unfortunately. While I wish I could, because I wish nothing but damnation from Lord Frederick, we have to get to him. We have to find out about this conspiracy.
All right, so how about setting fires inside, when we're inside, small ones?
Oh, frankly, if we get the answers we want, you won't get no argument from me.
All right.
And I just like pat him on the shoulder because I got to pat people on the shoulder, man.
And then you like, as like the scale slightly pick your fingers a bit.
I'm just. Any other thoughts? I'll look at the king and Azoriella.
Yeah, I think the sewers is too risky, especially with all of our gear. I assume that we can't easily move there. I also assume that the mistress entrance probably does draw a lot of attention from the servants. I would say there's a lot of gossip going around.
That's a good point.
It might be attention, but not obvious attention, because just because they see it doesn't mean they talk about it necessarily. Like, they might see somebody walking in, but they won't make too big a deal out of it.
And where does it lead? If it's created for discretion, would the servants even notice? You know, if it leads straight to his bedchambers or leads to any kind of room like that. But the thing is, we have to know where it's at. And my worry is, I don't have the capability in my age to walk around there and sneak around and see if there's an entrance that would meet that description. Are any of you skilled that way?
I could probably find a way to, get there. I'm not great at being stealthy per se. I can get places very easily, but doing so unseen, it's not the easiest.
Well, it leads me to my next question, right? We really have two strategies when it just, no matter what entrance we go in, how we're going to go in there, what our task is going to be. I was leaning towards one going in there, trying to be sight unseen and get information that we can get and, not be detected. Or, and I just kind of nod a little bit, like tilt my head, we can go in there, violence of action, and shock them by just the sheer will of us going in there.
We could cause a distraction, maybe at the main entrance or the servants' entrance.
I like that. And then come through
the king would mostly excel at that.
Yes, but you can get cause the distraction, but can you get out from the distraction and meet back up with us?
Of course.
I'm sorry. That was an out of character laugh. I like that. I'm just like, look, and I nod. I'm like, well, he has proven himself that he's able to. I mean, he did jump through a portal after that damn undead. I just kind of shake my head for a second and then.
Do not mention this to the king. That day brought great shame upon me.
It's all
Don't
right.
speak her name. Her name is forbidden in my people.
I understand. Trust me. She was a team member of mine who betrayed me.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, you don't want to know. Well, you wouldn't want to know. I just kind of like look at his skin color, like the color of his like frost giants, or frost dragons and all that stuff. So I'm like, all right. So how about this? We'll do distraction at the front. Hexar, Azriela, and I will be in the back waiting for you, King. Is there anything you two can do for the king to keep him maybe to where he can have a better chance of making it back?
I am capable of casting elementals. I'm not sure. That was my first suggestion as a distraction.
What do you think about that, King? Is your mind set on being the distraction, or what would you think about having elemental be the distraction?
As long as my singing blade can strike true, the king does not mind.
I'll tell you what, King. We get the information that we need, and we come upon Lord Frederick. You can do all the singing with that blade you want to him.
The king approves.
All right, so we agree then. Azriela will cast an elemental to the front. We'll try to go through the servants' doors. Here's another thing, and I want to get this out on the table, and please excuse my bluntness, but this is a tough question. Sometimes these questions have to be asked. If a servant's about to give away our position, how are we going to handle that? I don't want this discussed in the moment. Do we take him out?
Well, it should be very simple for me to knock them out. He raises up his fists, his hands, and his tail. I am quite adept at delivering non-lethal combat.
Okay, good. All right, sounds like we have a plan. Any questions, concerns, comments?
The elemental won't be able to help us again later in the day.
I think that it will serve its purpose at that point. Sounds like Haxar here wants to set fire, so I'm sure we won't be in need of any fire in there. Are you uncomfortable with that though, or do you feel like you may need your elemental later?
I just wanted to mention it.
I'm fine with it if you three are. All right, let's do this then. I suggest we wear dark. Is it? And we go at night. All right.
Yeah, unless you want me to rub dirt on my scales, which I will not do. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get those out?
No, but I'll take your word for it.
Azariela's makeup changes to like goth emo color.
Jesus Christ.
That's fantastic. I wish I could have makeup like that.
Eclipse phase. I'm just playing.
Makeup. You trust me. Once you get scales, it is so much better. I mean, they come with their own illustrious sheen.
I just look at all three of them and I wonder how I constantly get put into groups where I'm the only human in the group. And I just keep my mouth shut.
Maybe that is why they threw you out of the military. You're too open-minded.
Too open-minded. There you go. All right, let's go and let's do this. So distraction in the front. We'll go back to the servants' quarters. Remember, our goal in this is to get information. And if we could take out Lord Frederick, we take him out, okay? Of course, we may have to adapt and change plans once we're in there. All right, let's do this.
The king is ready.
And I just nod my head.
You get used to it.
yeah, you do. Yeah.
All right. You go to the mansion. It's relatively close to the Emperor's palace, so you know the way pretty well, Sir Hugo. And, you stop like an alley before that, or just like a short while before you get there so you can spy on him. And you notice that there's two guards outside, just, doing their thing, just chilling, probably talking about their wives or something. Who knows?
Out of character, does Hugo know, like, okay, he sees there's two guards up front here, but I assume there's going to probably be other guards indoors, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I assume Sir Hugo has guards in his own as well.
Yeah.
It's like a noble thing, like personal household guards.
Okay. And then from the front entrance to get to the service entrance, how do we go about that? Is that in the back, I take it?
Yeah, it's like you have to get around.
And getting around, how does that path look right now?
Well, I mean, it's dark there. There's the mansion. There's like a small, I guess, garden sort of thing there. And there's a couple of trees, but it's not like very dense.
Okay.
It's not like a forest. There's maybe like a couple of rose bushes or something. Like there's places to hide if you want to sneak, but it's not that easy.
Okay. Out of character. Does anyone have the capability to see better at night than I would as a human?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe so. Or, well, I think
Does the king?
completely metagamingly speaking, Haxar and Azoriella would have the best perception.
Oh.
I have a different idea.
Okay.
Can I look out for like local wildlife or maybe house cats or something like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, as a sufficiently high level druid, you sort of you feel like there's insects around, like cockroaches and stuff, rats, a couple dogs, and also cats, as you mentioned.
Yeah,
Probably pigeons as well.
I would like to, crows or pigeons would actually be ideal, a house cat, as I mentioned, because I would like to talk to the animals about like the state of the house.
Alrighty. I think you have that under your class stuff. Let me just check how it works.
20, but I don't know what to roll.
No, talking to animals is a hard.
It says 20 on my sheet, but I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
that's because we were playing a lower tier game. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
It depends on like where you are. Right now it should be DC 25, but it would be your wisdom plus level, which is 13 plus your nature lover, so it's plus 18 roll. Got them high level bonuses, and yes, you sort of call a pigeon nearby, and it lands on your hand. You hear it screeching, food, food, food. Food?
I go through my bag. I assume I have something.
Ooh, shiny food! And it's a sort of, it's a pigeon. It just wants breadcrumbs or something. So
yeah,
anything will do. Got that Elven Lembus. Yummy. Food.
So, are there any people in the house that usually give you food or that drop something for you when you move about?
Yes, lots of people. Lots of people drop food. Oh, this evening, large group of people come out. Smell food, but didn't get any.
Where was that?
Oh, that was here, near this cave.
Does he mean like the main entrance or something?
Yeah.
Okay. And behind there, was there something going on today? And I
smell meat.
All right.
Yummy meat. Sometimes get to eat meat. Usually people drop in when attacked or something by men with sharp beaks.
Do you think people will come out today?
Not sure. Seem to be slow night.
Are there foreigners here right now? People you don't know?
Nope. No. Well, couple. But they don't give food. Don't care.
Okay, you've been a great help. And I give him some more breadcrumbs or whatever.
Yeah, it flies away. And for the rest of you, you just notice a bird just going, coo, 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 and Azoriella going, coo, 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 right back at it.
Reminds me of the time I had a goblin as an apprentice.
I just kind of sideways look at Haxar, then look back at Azrael, and like, did you get what you were looking for with that conversation?
Oh, I was just fucking with you. You think I can speak bird? It's stupid.
Well, I sure hope you can do your elemental, like you were saying. I hope.
Look, the bird was very informative.
Okay.
I think there's like a dinner arrangement going on. The bird spoke of food that was being carried in. I asked about foreign people, whether there are any, and the bird said there are a small group of foreigners right now in this building.
Oh, we might be getting a bunch of information if we're smart with this. So hopefully this elemental will stir things up, make it easy for us to get in there. All right, let's continue on with the plan. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Do you want the king, Haxar, and I to wait here for you while you summon it and then go to the back? Or do you want us to go to the back and you'll meet us back there?
I'm not sure what's better.
We'll wait. I mean, by chance, hopefully, if you fire it, they'll get you get that elemental going. If there's potential guards back there, they'll come up to the front. So we'll go wait.
You find some place to hide.
Okay.
And if I get compromised or something, I can talk my way out of it or something.
All right. Hopefully that bird can help you. I just kind of smile at her and turn around. Let's go hide in those bushes over there in the dark there by those trees on the side of the house.
Very well.
The king really has to scrunch down into those bushes.
All right, Azoriella, do you do the thing?
Yeah, I think I even want to do my fire elemental because it's nighttime and it's gonna be a big scene.
What do you want the fire elemental to actually do?
That's a good question.
Set the bushes on fire.
Yeah, no, we need those.
The other bushes.
Yeah, this is just out of character. Can it set things on fire if it walks through them like inanimate objects?
If it wants to, or if it gets commanded to.
So that in and of itself can cause a big distraction, even more so than people fighting off an elemental.
Can it talk, by the way?
I assume it can talk, but you know what? I'm just going to say that yes, it can.
So then I want to basically have it yell out that it is like a vengeance demon or something like that, and it calls out for like a name, not Lord Frederick, but like some random guy, and there's a lot of talk about like lost love and something like that, and come here, meet your maker or something like that. And it just seems like magic gone out of hand.
All right. Okay, so you summon the fire elemental in a blaze of glory. It lightens up the night sky. And, you see the two guards are just like, they draw their weapons immediately. And you hear the elemental cry, Lord Gobron, you have stolen my wife. Prepare to meet your doom. And it's just like walking and just shouting expletives at the windows of the mansion. And you see the guards are sort of confused. One of them runs back into the mansion, and one of them runs to confront the elemental. And you can see like that there are a lot of servants and people are poking their heads out of the windows, looking at what's happening.
Now's the time to go. And I'm just like eagerly like waiting for Azriela to like she's gonna like come because I'm like now's the time.
Alrighty then. I will want a. All right, let's make this a normal check. DC 20 stealth check from you guys, which will be Dex and one of your backgrounds, whichever you think suits stealth the best.
Since we're outside still, I would assume I can use Nature Lover.
Since you're probably going to be hiding in bushes or like.
So would the dex just be the dex by itself, or be the dex plus mid-level?
Oh yeah, it's always dex plus level.
Okay.
Always, yeah.
Can I use Demon Hunter? Seeing that like or
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'd allow that. Makes sense.
So mine's
Intercept.
Look, I'm figuring out my roles on my own here. I'm learning.
Well, apparently made that.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, you rolled a 3. Good thing your dex is so high. Oh, Azariella just flowing through the garden.
I got 19.
Oh boy. Oh boy. No, but
to the surprise of everyone, the king does really well. It's very sneaky and agile.
Yeah, but no, this was like I wanted to see if at least half the group passed, so it's good. You make your way, though. You notice Sir Hugo knocks over a statue that wasn't, sort of sunken into the ground.
Shit. Sorry.
But he sort of puts it in place in time and runs to catch up with you guys. And you're at the servant entrance. It's a small, unassuming door as opposed to the opulent main, almost gate in a way.
Since I critted, I assume I'm actually first in like holding out the door while the rest slowly arrives.
I assume you just walked through the trees. You literally didn't even sway or something. You just walked into the tree and out of it.
That's so metal. When we get to the door, I'm gonna go in. I think I'll go in first. After when she holds the door open, I'm gonna go in first.
My God, what's the long hold up?
Sorry, old age. Shit. I just walk through the door.
All right. As you open the door, you smell food being cooked and find yourself in the kitchen area of the mansion. And you notice there's almost nobody's there, but you notice an old halfling woman just cutting some carrots. Where are you? Hey, who are you?
And then Hacksaw will immediately just sort of he'll try to just knock her out with a quick jab.
Yeah, I was saying, I'll look at Haxar.
All right. Roll me an attack, Haxar. Although at your level, you probably shouldn't miss an old halfling lady.
I mean, they're halflings. They're not even people, right?
Jesus.
Damn, you are an elf. I don't want to bring up about German either, but okay.
Okay. 3 again.
You're cursed. Fortunately, your attacking an old lady, and you sort of do the, in the movies, they do the karate chop thing and knocks them out. That's basically what Haxar does.
Judo chop.
And she sort of slumps into Haxar's hand claws thingies.
I'm gonna check to see I'm gonna check real quick to see if she has any keys on her, like any servants.
Yeah,
keys.
she seems to have like a key, but it's probably like a key to the larder, which is nearby.
Okay, I'll leave it then. I'll take it. I'll throw it in my pocket. Who knows? Just we may need it. You know what I mean? Just in case.
That's fine. Yeah.
Quick, hide her.
No
Oh.
need. She's old. She collapsed. That's all good.
Right. But when people come back,
Yeah.
we don't want people to know we've been here.
And she's gonna probably remember us. Is the larder in the same room that this key goes
Yep.
to? All right.
Yeah.
And I go unlock the larder with the key. I'm like motion like for Haxar to throw her in there.
He does
All right.
so.
If this were a Call of Cthulhu game, I'd make you roll insanity, but I won't. As you open the larder, you notice torsos, arms, legs,
Jesus Christ.
just
And not
strung out.
animal torsos and arms and legs, right?
Oh no. It's you see elves, humans, halflings, dwarfs. You're pretty sure you even see like a warforged leg there. Not sure who's ready to eat that, but
Can I ask you something? Would it be wrong for me to assume that this halfling knows that like she's serving these people and is part of like the responsible? You know what I mean? Like these people being murdered and she's contributing to this.
you're not sure.
Oh,
but
she's
if you want to extrapolate, that's on you.
I look at everyone.
I mean,
and
she
look-
has the keys to the place. You open it with her keys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull out my dagger, and when Haxar like lays her on the ground, I'm just gonna slit her throat and then close the door and lock the door behind. You forgot, man. Hugo's operator is fuck, dude. You know what I mean? These are like they pretty much confirm that like these are demon. You know what I mean? Like take them out, dude. Like that's what we're here for. You
I
know?
almost thought you'd miss the larder. Just go on.
Yeah. So I slit her throat and I locked the door anyway. She doesn't need to be found, but I'm sure they'll eat her anyways. These fucking. I look at the three and I'm just like, and I look at three of them like intently, and I'm like, this is for real now. And I just
So
like,
I just want to bring up, like, we still have Plan B, burn down the place.
yes, that's still a plan, and that'll be after we get information. But we got to continue to get this information while we can.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, but take them out. And I just like, and I go, you want to lead the way, Azrael, or do you want me to? Here, I'll lead the way.
Yeah, you lead the way. This is not really my kind of thing. I don't know how you guys build these buildings.
Yeah, King, can you take the back? No, King, I want you behind me. Haxar, you take the back. All right.
Sure.
All right.
The king is ready to smash all.
And I just like pat him on his shoulder because I'm Sir Hugo, and I like I take it and I'm gonna leave the kitchen area.
And before he leaves, Haxar's gonna like look, make sure no one is looking, and he's just gonna like take a little lick at like where the blood's coming through. He's just like, nah.
All right. You open the kitchen door and find yourself in a dimly lit hallway. The kitchen's basically like almost the most it's like in the right wing of the whole mansion, and it's like the last room there. You're not really sure. You've never been to Lord Frederick's mansion before, so you don't really have any information of what's where. But from your experience, you do know that the servant rooms should be nearby, and probably since the kitchen's nearby, there should be some, like, I don't want to say cafeteria, but place where like the servants eat and everything, and the guards.
I whisper back to the three. I'm like, listen, servants are considered the enemy now. They're pretty much, they may know what's going on. So if we see in the servants' quarter one servant, we're going to take that opportunity to see if we can extract information from them. If not, we avoid them. We continue to move on. Okay.
All right. So Sir Hugo, obviously, he's on his warpath. The rest of you, I went DC 20 wisdom check. Anything that could have to do with sort of culture or like behavior would
Does
apply.
vanity and spite count?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
would allow that.
I got a feeling it's like a common sense roll. You know what I mean? With this title, it's like, I'm going to let everyone roll.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. But, what Sir Hugo said made sense, but I just want to throw out other options out there just so people know what's what. Yeah.
I'm trying to make it to where Sir Hugo's not so bossy nowadays, too. You know what I mean? Like if other people have ideas or whatever, because he's an old man.
Right.
Yeah, Haxar got 30.
All right, Haxar and Azoriella, you're pretty sure that the halfling lady was like, servants also have like the sort of ranking system, like where the boss is basically a sort of small feudal lord to them, where they'll have to do anything for them, and so on and so forth. And you're pretty sure this halfling lady was pretty high up since like all the people were gone. So it's possible that not everyone is involved, but it's also possible that everyone is involved. It's not conclusive.
And I went Haxar, but I spent some time. I had a goblin apprentice. I had some time learning about them. And when it comes to servers like this, it's sometimes they go along, but it's more because they're more afraid of the threat than they actually just enjoy doing it.
I understand that, but they may still have information, and they may not willingly give it up.
Well, that's no problem then. I have no problem with cracking skulls.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
making sure you don't always have to do the dagger throat thing every time.
I understand, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, we're not going to try killing them all, but some may have information. But like I said, if they're a large group of them, of course, we're going to avoid them, okay?
Fine.
Cool. Sounds good. Let's go. I just keep moving forward quietly. Handle my sword.
All right. So, is there any specific place that you want to find, or are you just checking room by room?
Well, I mean, I would think my overall goal is to get Lord Frederick alone, or to get information as I can, you know what I mean? But like for now, I'd say it's checking room by room, while we can, if everyone agrees. I mean, of course, if you guys think we should just beeline for Frederick and see if we can get him or what, going once, going twice.
The king believes that we won't have much time. We should get to a place to ambush Frederick.
Yeah.
Catch him by surprise.
Yeah, while the guards are distracted at the front.
Okay, we'll do that. All right. So we'll discard the first plan. We'll try to go unnoticed, try to find Frederick, scoop him up, question him here so we don't have to worry about extracting him from here. And we take him out and then we go on our merry way. All right, let's do this.
All right. As it happens to be, the next room you stumble upon, which is also very close to the kitchen. Is a very large bedroom, and you're not sure if it belongs to Frederick or not. It seems like no one's there. No one's certainly sleeping in the bed. Above the bed is an ornamental snake. What roll would that be? Yeah, it would be an intelligence roll, in fact. If you could give me an intelligence roll and use one of your backgrounds that you think would pertain to demons or languages, then I'd appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to do Demon Hunter. So mine's plus
Obviously,
17.
yeah.
120, D20 plus 17. Slavic, you better be fucking proud of me. I'm remembering my rolls.
Yeah, hell yeah. DC 20 top 5, by the way, if you guys want to know.
25 on the dot.
Oh, me too.
22.
All right. So, Zoriella and Sir Hugo, you actually managed to translate the inscription, which is written in one of the demonic tongues, and it says, "Follow the snake."
Follow the snake. I kind of whisper, and I'm like, Haxar, King, can you keep guard? Make sure no one comes upon us while Azriela and I search this room real quick.
None shall pass. Always wanted to say that.
Is this
All right,
really
so
worth our time?
Yes. Yes, that inscription up there in that point is telling us to follow the snake. So I'm going to see if we can find any other information in here.
Okay, the king will watch.
Okay, quickly. And I look at Azriela quickly, and I try to search this room real quick, see if we have any information or anything like that we can find in here.
You don't find anything too suspicious, but you find like several books which seem to be innocent enough, like classic poems and literature. You notice that the spines have like snakes engraved with them, and you do find like a dagger which sort of curves, and the pommel is a sort of stylized snake. You also know, Sir Hugo, that the coat of arms of Lord Frederick is snake.
How could this man hide for so long in the capital out in plain sight? I was kind of like, you can see like I'm a little terse when I say that, Azriela. I just shake my head for a second. I go back. Let's go. Continue on. I walk past Haxar and the king.
Azariella just kind of shrugs the short-sightedness of humans.
And I stop and I look at her and I just shake my head and I look forward and go back out the door past Haxar and the king. If you see anything that resembles a snake or anything that is serpent-like when we're out here, point it out to me. Let's go.
Alrighty. you sort of, okay, so you make your way further down and you sort of search a couple of empty storage rooms, nothing conclusive, and you stumble upon an antechamber, and there's a door there, but the antechamber has the classic snake motif there. It's pretty much everywhere on like the chandelier, on doors, on the artwork. You always notice snakes, and well, there's the door there. Another one.
I look at Haxar and I say, more and more your burn it down option is sounding like the way to go. I look at this door and I'm like, look back at the three. I'm like, do any of you have any capabilities to see if this is trapped or what may lie on the other end?
You can open it and see if it traps things up.
I look at Haxar and I'm like, and I just like look at him, I'm like, nod my head. And I look and I'm like, so where are we in the?
Yeah, you're in the antechamber.
Okay, so there's a bigger room there. Okay, so I'm gonna search this door to the best of my ability to see if there seems to be any kind of trap on there.
All right, roll me Dex plus. Yeah, no, just Dex, I guess, plus level.
All right, let me.
So Slavik, I wanted to ask you, what kind of terrain spell could I be using here? Because
runes.
So I got 22.
Yeah, you don't notice any traps.
I look at the other three. I'm almost like tempted to tell one of the big dudes to open it because they could probably take a blow better than me. And I just look at him and shake my head because I don't see anyone volunteering. Like, oh, here, let me help you, old man. And I just like slowly like open the door with my hand on the sword. And I'm just like creaking it slowly open. Like I don't want to like just open it wide, in case there's people in there.
You slowly open it and realize you see absolutely nothing except like in the window you see like a fire or something. You're pretty sure.
But it's dark. So the room's dark.
Yeah, the room's pretty dark, but wait, let me see. Yeah, so it's like a large open room. There's many tables. You see like chessboard pieces here and there, or like chessboards with pieces here and there, and you notice that the walls are lined with bottles of fine alcohol, and it goes like by alcohol content. Like at first you have like your low alcohol brandies, and then it goes more and more until you get to the dwarven distilled spirits, which are nearly pure ethanol, you're pretty sure. And then there's something called wood elf, absent of the wood elves. You're not sure. You're pretty sure you tried it in when you were studying once.
Does it look like anyone was in here recently? Like people may have gotten up to go look at the fire?
You're pretty sure that, well, there's not like dust in the room or anything, but that doesn't really mean anything. But it doesn't look freshly cleaned up. You're pretty sure that, like, from your experience, probably like after a party or something, the servants clean stuff up pretty quickly, unless it's like deep into the night, like right now. So you're pretty sure people were here relatively recently.
And I look at the three. I'm like, and I look out the window. Do I see a lot of people outside, like looking at the fire? Or?
Yeah. You see that it's less. People feel less threatened, and it's become more of a spectacle, like something to watch. Like, as some people are shouting, "I can't fucking sleep," whatever, blah blah blah, because of all the ruckus. But it seems the elementals there just shouting random tales of.
Well, that's good, because that means the people who are probably eating in here, sleeping in the guest rooms, which I assume are further on, are out there. So I look at the three and I'm like, looks like the distraction worked. Let's keep going quick. Let's hope that. Did I see Frederick out there? Lord Frederick? Do I spot him?
Definitely not.
All right, so Frederick's not out there, so he's still
like there's just no actual nobles there that you.
Oh, there's no nobles.
It's servants and guards.
It's only servants and guards. So the nobles are still here. All right, let's go. Same thing. I'm gonna keep going out the room and.
Like our style and ready to jump into a longer term game? Make sure to check out Missouri Crossing, our Down Darker Trails Call of Cthulhu 7th edition game. Starting in the Dakotas in the 1800s, our players have just settled in what will be known as Bismarck, North Dakota, Missouri Crossing.